Picture that's circulating on social media. It appears to show one of the piers on the westbound span of the Bay Bridge looking off center.
Tonight, we're speaking with the woman who posted the initial photos. Anne Arundel County community reporter Caroline Forbach joins us live now from Sandy Point with why that woman says she's still concerned. Caroline.
Kimberly Hudson says her husband took that picture while he was fishing over the weekend because he noticed that pier looked different from all of the other ones. Now, she says she believes that it's important to say something if you see something that feels off. Kimberly Hudson of Kent Island says her husband snapped this picture of one of the piers on the westbound Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
He was very concerned that he thought that it had shifted like that.
She circled the part that stood out to him and posted it to social media.
You see something, you say something.
Thousands of people saw it, including...
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at Google. I want to show you guys where this is all happening. So she said it's on the westbound section of the bridge. So let's take a look here. So if he got a picture of it, it either had to be on this span or over here. Yeah, so it's looking like it's over here. And if you can see exactly what they're talking about, let's go back to that photo. Yeah, so you see that right there? You see how it's off center? You see the pillar right here? It's supposed to be sitting on just like this one behind it. So that is a very, very big cause for concern over such a massive bridge. Let's see what else they have to say.
To social media.
You see something, you say something.
Thousands of people saw it, including David Edwards.
If it is true, it's concerning, right? Because it looks like it shifted quite a bit from the photo.
Edwards says he also fishes near the bridge and plans to go see it for himself soon.
I'm not a structural engineer by any means, but you would think that far off center is something to be at least concerned about.
The Maryland Transportation Authority said they inspected the pier and confirmed there is no indication of movement or distress at the location. The authority said in a statement, quote, while the image of the pier cap appears off-center, the bridge girders, the key structural components supporting the span, are aligned and centered with the pier cap. Importantly, the positioning has not changed since the bridge's construction. That's why Curtis Hills says he's not stressed about it.
Let the experts figure it out. And now that they have, drive and be happy.
Hudson says she wasn't trying to scare people, but especially after recent reports found the Bay Bridge doesn't meet today's ship collision safety standards, she wanted to raise awareness.
I didn't do it for people not to cross, and in fact, I crossed it the very next day to go to a one-year-old's birthday party. I posted it for people to be aware and for people to understand that this is not right.
Now, MDT.
So, I'm not a structural engineer either. That was not my choice of concentration in civil engineering, though you did have to learn a little about structural engineering in college. Experts are saying that it's safe to cross, then, you know, I'm going to trust the experts and agree that it's safe to cross. Even though that's very concerning. We go back and look at that photo. Like, that's very scary. But my question would be this. What I'm wondering is, how long has it been like this? Has this...
Understand it.
Wait, okay. So yeah, my concern with it is this something that is recent, or was the bridge always like this? Because from what they're saying is that nothing has shifted or moved since their last inspection, and these bridges are regularly inspected. So it just gives you cause for concern as to the timeline of everything. So has the bridge always been like this? And if this is something recent, like exactly when did this happen relative to the last inspection? And if this was caught in inspection, why wasn't it reported to the public? So that's my concern. And if you guys recall, this is not far from the tragedy that happened last year in Baltimore, where we had the Key Bridge that collapsed. So the people in Maryland are not really too. So you got the Bay Bridge right here, and the Key Bridge was right up here, right up the bay, up there in Baltimore. So the people in this area should be very wary when it comes to bridges, and we definitely don't want to see this mighty structure go down. So, but the experts say it's safe. I'm gonna trust the experts, because you got to remember, if it wasn't safe, they would definitely shut down the bridge and let you know, because there are liability concerns if they claim it's safe and the bridge did end up having some structural failure. So my best advice, I would say that the structural engineers, the agency that handles the bridge and inspections, they say that it is safe. So we're going to assume it is safe, but never really seen anything like this before. But those folks out there in Maryland, you let me know if you feel like, I know this bridge right here is actually considered the scariest bridge in the United States. And I have a video about that on my other channel. A lot of people are already afraid to cross this bridge. Like, they have a service where someone will drive you over the bridge for you, because some people are so afraid of crossing this bridge as it is normally. So this just adds yet another element into the Bay Bridge. Let's see if there's anything else in the video.
Understand that this is not right.
Now, MDTA says the bridge remains safe to drive, and engineers are still looking at ways to better protect it from potential vessel collisions after that NTSB report came out in the spring. Reporting live on your corner here from Sandy Point State Park, Caroline Forbach.
So, Sandy Point State Park, that is, okay, so she's standing on that side. That means it's somewhere in this area, the westbound section. So it's somewhere along here. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on this. But that's my biggest question about it, is when did that happen? And if the inspectors saw that and noticed that, why wasn't the public not informed? The more you know. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Bay Bridge. And we're hoping that it doesn't end up like the Key Bridge. Well, also in the video, notice that they also said that the Bay Bridge is not fit to survive an impact similar to the one that hit the Key Bridge. So there is some updating that needs to be done on the Bay Bridge, because we do not want to see another great American structure fall into the sea. All right, so let's get to the next story, where we have a new bridge about to open.